It's a measurement of the perception of corruption in a country, and that measurement has the potential to scare away foreign direct investment from a country rated poorly. The index continues to rank Guyana poorly, and this is not sitting well with the Private Sector Commission.
We have never, as the Private Sector Commission, been approached by the people who do those surveys to get our opinion.
Our opinion is it.
And we are very offended by that fact. We don't know where that opinion is derived from
got that information.
and where they're getting that information. And so the Corruption Perception Index is one that seems to be a lopsided perception. And until they start coming and talking to the formal private sector, we have a big problem with that perception index. They have not been speaking to us.
But for two resident diplomats, the CPI is a useful index as it helps to keep the government on its toes. They acknowledge that the PSC should be contacted when the survey is being done, but said this does not change the fact that the reports are valuable.
My government see the CPI as being interesting and useful and relevant exactly because it is a perception, because it is what do the people who are being asked the question actually feel.
Yes.
It's not, what is actually, but what do they feel is happening?
Thank you
What
very
the
much.
tool tells you is how people perceive Guyana. And that's important because the way people perceive Guyana drives investment decisions, both from the interior and from the exterior.
Yes, that's
So it's
right.
important to know that if you are perceived as being more
want to go back
corrupt
to
than whatever number of countries that you're competing with.
But the PSC executive maintains that the way in which the survey is being done is improper.
And I say again, if Guyanese are going to be polled to give this opinion, you cannot. It is improper. And it should not be probably, it should be compulsory that you consult and engage the formal private sector. Because if there's any corruption going on in Guyana, the formal private sector will be in the middle of it. And so you need private sector officials, and we have 20 such organizations as this private sector. We have 30 companies, big companies, engage them as well. Take a poll from them, but to totally ignore the formal private sector and come up with this index is damaging our country's image.
The diplomats argued that if the government is moving to tackle corruption, then the populace has to be kept in the loop so that when they are being surveyed, they know exactly what to say. Guyana is currently ranked 119 out of over 170 countries on the index. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.